1991, homeowners just like you in the Northland have trusted Northland Basement Systems for all things basementy in their homes. Call Northland Basement Systems today to schedule a free home evaluation.
Waiting for a great deal on furniture? Well, this is it. Slumberland Furniture has savings up to 50% off list prices, or in some cases, even more, at our Labor Day sale on now. Shop our big selection of sectionals, sofas, recliners, dining, and bedrooms. And shop the deals that are up to 50% off. Mattresses, too, with some up to 50% off. Don't forget, mattress shopping is uncomplicated and fast, only at Slumberland. Come see how. Shop the huge Labor Day sale on now.
I started getting numbness in my leg, and it got to be more and more and more all the time. I've had it for a number of years, but it just is getting worse and worse. We've never had laser therapy before, but I did feel relief. It really did wonders for me, I feel. And when I walked out of here, it felt a little bit different, so I was pleased with it.
Integrated Pain Solutions uses high-intensity laser therapy to get to the source of your chronic pain.
Call 844-200-PAIN to schedule your no-cost consultation.
Up North at 4 with Nate and Jeff starts now.
Good afternoon and welcome to Up North at 4. My name is Nate Myhock. Today we'll learn about how one man is living his dream while being about twice the age of his peers. And of course we'll relax just a little bit with Mercury in retrograde. We'll get to all that in a bit, but first, here's your top 4 at 4. You know, Brad Pitt has earned his reputation as an icon in Hollywood. For example, I use quotes from his Lieutenant Aldo Rain character at least 3 times a day, but now Pitt is making waves in a very different industry, and he's doing so as a sculptor. Pitt worked with a group exhibition called We on 9 different sculptures. His artwork was debuted in Finland, and it includes a few pieces like a house shot up with bullets and a box with limbs trying to break through. Look, if Brad is watching and is willing to teach Jeff and I his ways, we can make this happen. You have an open invite onto our show. At the beginning of the pandemic, we saw many people use the option of online grocery shopping. Instacart became a big player in the game, but I think they're sort of forgetting what made them so popular in the first place. Instacart says they'll be opening up a store, like an actual store. The goal is apparently to unify the experience between online shopping and shopping within a store. Don't ask me how that works, and maybe it's just better if we don't know. And speaking of technology and very weird ideas, the Milwaukee Bucks recently announced a partnership with an AI company. Together, they will be giving Bucks fans an AI chat experience. Once again, no idea what that means, but I do know that chatting online with strangers is a horrible time, so not sure why the Bucks thought that this would be a good idea, but hey, just win another championship soon and all will be forgiven. You know, I know several people out there consider themselves to be foodies. A part of being a food lover is trying out new recipes, but there is one on social media that seems to be going a little too far. The FDA has issued a warning telling people not to cook chicken in NyQuil. Why people thought that'd be a good plan is way beyond me, but the FDA says boiling the cough medicine can make the drug more concentrated and actually cause damage to your body. So it is physically bad for you, plus I would think it would taste disgusting. So if anyone else out there can explain why this is a thing, I am all ears. Chief Meteorologist Jeff Weller joining us now live in studio. Jeff, what'd you have for lunch today? Some NyQuil chicken?
Oh, what is wrong with people? It's so scary. Okay, here we go. Outside today, look at nothing but sunshine out there pretty much all day long with temperatures in the upper 70s to low 80s, and the dew points are high as well. It feels muggy with feel-like temperatures approaching 80 in Rhinelander right now. It's 77 in Wausau with a dew point there kind of high as well, and the pressure is falling as low pressure is approaching, and we have quite a cold front on the way. It's just hours away now, and our lives are really about to change in a big way. Okay, there is a threat for some severe weather tonight. We're talking about gusty winds, some large hail, torrential downpours as a strong cold front's approaching our area now. That's going to lift the air enough tonight to cause those thunderstorms, likely arriving maybe 9, 10 o'clock this evening and lingering into early parts of tomorrow morning. Outside right now, the early morning fog, it burned off slowly, didn't it? But now things are nice and sunny outside. The atmosphere is kind of charging up. All it needs now is a trigger, and guess what's out there? We have dew points in the 60s and 70s, temperatures in the 70s and 80s, and a cold front is right there. That is moving in our direction. That is going to lift the air tonight, and I'm a little worried about this for a couple hours tonight, as this is a very, very, very strong cold front. Here's the fuel. Dew points in the 60s and 70s out there now. Key West tropical air currently. Warm air is very buoyant, full of moisture. It rises very quickly, and that gives us thunderstorms. And then temperatures, of course, from the 70s to low 80s across our region. That's not normal. The average high is 67. All of us did that and then some today. Tomorrow, though, big changes are on the way. So all this heat out ahead of the front, which is about right there right now, it's going to get pushed off this way. Our air is going to come from over there tomorrow with highs pretty much in the 60s. And then we're going to hang out in the 50s for high temperatures on Thursday. So put a log on the fire. It's going to be a cool night tomorrow night. In fact, frost is now likely Thursday night into Friday morning with a hard freeze in there as well, with low temperatures near 31 on Friday morning. Your full forecast at 5 o'clock.
Under Governor Evers, hard-working Wisconsin families are being left behind. We're paying more for food, gas, everything. And Tony Evers tried to make us pay even more, a 20% gas tax increase, doubling the tax on home heating bills. And while Evers puts the squeeze on us, he wanted to give taxpayer-funded benefits to people who refuse to work. He even opposes drug testing welfare recipients. Tony Evers is leaving hard-working Wisconsin families behind.
Water is one of nature's most beautiful and life-sustaining resources. At no fault of their own, many Wisconsin utility customers are facing a shutoff to their water service. This leaves them without the one life-giving resource we all take for granted. And those hardest hit are on fixed incomes, juggling multiple temporary jobs, or those who lost full-time jobs in sectors hardest hit by the pandemic. If someone you care about needs a hand up, your local Wisconsin energy and emergency rental assistance providers are working together to keep you safely in your home and your water, heat, and power on. If you are in danger of losing your water service, call 833-H2O-WISC, 833-426-9472. You may not ask for it, but we're here to help.
Violent crime up across Wisconsin. Families nervous about their safety. Yet Mandela Barnes called for releasing half of Wisconsin's jailed inmates. That would mean releasing over 10,000 criminals right into our neighborhoods. 10,000 reasons your family would be in more danger. Barnes also supported defunding the police. 10,000 more criminals with fewer police to protect us. What could go wrong? Wisconsin Truth Bank is responsible for the content of this advertising.
The Northwoods United Way and AmeriCorps Seniors is holding a volunteer fair at Triggs Riverwalk on October 4th from 10 a.m. to 2 p.m. This unique event is an opportunity to get connected with nonprofit organizations that are looking for volunteers. It's also a chance for those agencies to educate the community about what they do in our area. If you are a nonprofit interested in hosting a table, or if you have questions about the fair, please contact Nancy Sadler.
Welcome back here to Up North at 4. So, Jeff, we need to talk about something that I don't understand, which is most things, to be fair.
Give yourself some credit, Nate. You understand all sorts of stuff.
Astrology is not one of those things, because apparently this is a big thing in the astrology world. Mercury is in retrograde. So I had to do some research onto what the heck that even means, right? So basically, what people say is that because of the way orbits work and then with optical illusions, it appears that the planet Mercury travels backwards when you view it from Earth. But it's not actually moving backwards. I don't really know if that has an effect on anything.
The principle of retrograde,
yes. And so it's not actually moving backwards, which is confusing, right? So I don't really understand.
So is this what stumped you all day today? I walked past your desk like 3 or 4 times and you were like I was deep in intense thought.
I was like trying to read up on like how this is a thing and why people care. And they say when Mercury specifically goes into retrograde, it impacts things like technology. So has your phone or computer or anything kind of been on the fritz lately?
Still receiving emails.
So you are good. Okay, I've had issues with that. Weird thing is this morning my computer monitor was all sorts of jacked up. So I'm thinking, all right, not saying that it's because Mercury's in retrograde, but it makes you think, right?
Well, also, you know what big happened yesterday? My fantasy football league tied.
Yeah.
It's
When does
to
that
a
ever
decimal,
happen?
and it tied.
I don't know how that applies to Mercury in retrograde, but we can convince ourselves of that. But they say like it impacts technology and communication, and I'm not a believer, but coming in today and my phone's been acting slow, I'm not getting certain emails, my computer monitor is jacked up. I'm like, yeah, maybe there's something to this,
People aren't
Jeff.
returning your calls.
There's something to this.
Yeah.
And so I was doing some research more on like, hey, how do I make, you know, my life better when Mercury's in retrograde? And they said you got to do yoga to get in touch with your inner self.
All right, where's this going?
So we're going to do some yoga.
Oh,
and
we are?
I don't know
Okay.
if there's like a Mercury god out there that's like mad at me.
Oh, look.
But we got to do something here. Do you want to join me
Look,
for
the
this?
camera
Please,
angle just
I would
changed.
love for you to join me.
Okay,
Jeff.
where are we going?
We got to move this table out of the way. All right. So I was looking it up. They said there's certain poses you can do when Mercury is in retrograde that will be beneficial for you and for your body. And I don't believe in this stuff, but it's worth a shot. All right. So the first one here, I believe it's called mountain pose.
Okay.
I've got an example of it here. Very simple. Easy one to start with.
Palms out.
Palms out. I think looks like you just kind of go shoulder width apart here.
Okay.
How do you feel now?
I feel like I'm taking in Mercury's retrograde.
Retrograde. You feeling fine? So far, okay. I think it's an easy one to start with. Now it gets a little complicated. Let's try this next one here. This one is called the eagle pose.
Oh,
similar. This is what online yoga experts tell us. All right.
Okay, so
you got to go
behind the
over,
left.
and then I don't know.
I think I got this.
I can't get my elbows that close in this suit. So this is called eagle pose, which I don't know why it's called that. You're doing it not bad. I can't get my foot all the way. So
what's wrong with your foot?
I can't stretch that way.
Oh.
So I was feeling good with the mountain pose.
Okay.
I'm not sure I'm feeling that one. I can hardly keep my balance. All right. There's a third one too. Okay, this one I just loved it because it looked fun. It's called the goddess pose. Don't know why it got its name, but look, you just get wide, spread your legs a little. There it is. See, this is nice. Do you feel better?
No.
You don't?
No. But I feel like I'm one with space now.
I feel like I'm one with Mercury and the planets, astrology. I don't know. We can sit down now, Jeff. All right. Okay. So I just wanted to try that to maybe see if that would sort of jumpstart my communication, technology issues, what have you. So
all the people at home are trying this right now.
They should be, yeah. If they're
connecting with
issues as well.
Space.
I'm open to trying new things, trying anything to make.
You're very open to new things.
Very much so, Jeff. Do you feel calm?
I feel better. I feel calmer. You know, drinking coffee probably doesn't help with the caffeine, but.
Well, I'm hopefully that can steady your nerves a little bit, Jeff.
Good try.
All right, and you mentioned your fantasy football tie a little bit ago.
Yes.
We're gonna have to chat more about this, though.
Okay, let's do
We're
it.
gonna do so later in the show. But in the meantime, we're gonna take a break. We'll be right back, though, on Up North at 4.
Joe Biden on Medicare for All.
It's going to raise taxes on middle-class people.
Medicare for All would double your income taxes, ban employer-provided and union health plans, and bankrupt Medicare for seniors. Mandela Barnes still supports Bernie Sanders' socialist takeover of your health care.
Medicare for All is the easiest way to get us to universal health care.
Mandela Barnes, more liberal than Joe Biden, way too liberal for Wisconsin.
I'm Ron Johnson, and I approve this message.
There are never enough hours in the day. I'm always making trade-offs, sacrifices. But I'll keep going. Even when it feels like there's no way I can do it all. I won't give up. I'm doing this for me and for them. We're doing this together. North Central Technical College's virtual college. Flexible learning, because our time is precious.
Prices are going up on groceries, they're going up at the gas station. The only ones profiting are oil companies, big corporations, China, and Ron Johnson. Johnson makes money from investments in factories in China. No wonder Johnson's net worth has doubled since he's been in Washington. Even worse, Johnson's allowed oil and drug companies to jack up prices on us. He takes all that money from them. Ron Johnson profits, we pay the price. SMP is responsible for the content of this ad.
Sometimes life can get pretty busy in an active household. So that's why Menards makes things just a little bit easier for you. Start a door design and choose a style that's right for you and everything else you look for in a quality door. Mastercraft offers fast, free delivery on personalized doors to any Menards store. Use our door designer on Menards.com to get your door your way. Mastercraft Doors, 11% off at Menards.
New Salon Pass Lidocaine Flex, a super thin, flexible patch with maximum OTC strength lidocaine that contours to the body to relieve pain right where it hurts. And did we mention it really, really sticks? Salon Pass, it's good medicine.
Welcome back here to Up North at 4. So longtime viewers of the show, they might remember whenever we've had a longtime guest, Tracy Roller, on the couch talking about school buses, we have learned that one of Jeff's dreams in life was to be a school bus driver, right?
Early on, like 4 years old, okay. 5 years old.
I love how you said early on, like you still don't kind of want to do it.
Well, I have a few jobs I do now, so that I like each of them.
But would you also enjoy, regardless, it doesn't matter. I just know you had a dream when you were a kid, and you want to at least at some point experience that dream, much like this guy in the Dakotas. Ray Reichel is a man who is 49 years old, and he is playing college football.
See, I would do this just
for the South Dakota
just to like get in shape
of science. But here's the thing: it's not like he's just out there to like practice with them. Like he's legitimately on the team. Like I said, 49 years old. He's about double the age, if not more than double the age of pretty much everyone else on the team, and he says he's like, I'm kind of used to it though. He's been in the National Guard in North Dakota for 17 years. Of course, a lot of young guys are also part of the National Guard, so he's used to it. But he said the reason why he wanted to try out was because it was always a dream of his to play college football, and he's like, you know, if I don't do it now, I never will, and I will have so many regrets.
So he enrolled in school. He's taking a few classes, which makes him eligible.
Yes.
And so are they going to start this guy, or what's happening?
Apparently, they want to get him out there on the field. 49 years old.
Make it happen. Dreams should come true.
Dreams should come true. So, Jeff, obviously your big dream is
to be a school bus driver.
What would you still do it?
Yes.
You would still do it today?
Yes.
So if we can get something set up to maybe make you a school bus driver.
We tried. Yes.
I feel like there's a hint of sadness in your eyes right now when you say we tried.
No, remember when we had Tracy on, we were talking about I wanted to drive the school bus, and we were trying to make it happen, but it just hasn't happened yet.
But this guy was 49 years old, and football is a very hard-hitting sport, right? It's very injury-prone. Yeah. What is like your cutoff before you say, nah, this is just not for me anymore?
I don't have a cutoff.
At all?
No.
Even if you're 84?
That could be a cutoff.
Exactly.
Yes.
So there is a cutoff, right?
Like my bones can only handle so much at 84. I have less calcium when I'm 84.
Fair. Okay, fair enough. I wasn't just talking about football in general. I just meant, you know, your dreams in general. Jeff, all right.
I don't know where you're going with this.
I don't know where I'm going with this either, but we're talking football.
Oh my God.
And we got to talk about fantasy football because you have a bone to pick with the scoring system.
Yeah, because look, can Paul get this? There we go. My team tied yesterday.
I don't know how that's possible.
Well,
I've never seen that.
At 129.68 points.
I've never seen that before.
And there's no like rules there's no tie-breaking rules. Like you literally, not in this.
Well, right, later in the season.
You tie, right? So like, I guess.
Kissing your own sister is what I'm hearing.
No, I don't like it.
All right, we're going to take another break here on Up North at 4. We're going to chat about all things AI technology. That's next.
At Legacy, we transform your old, beat-up concrete into a beautiful, durable surface in one day. Hi, I'm Joey with Legacy Concrete Coatings. We specialize in garages, patios, pool decks, basements, and more. We don't just coat over your old concrete. We start by grinding it down, then we apply the base coat and chip and seal it with our own proprietary sealant that will never chip or peel. Our coatings are beautiful, durable, ridiculously easy to clean, and are backed by our exclusive lifetime warranty. Our in-house team is ready to answer any questions that you have before and after the install. And right now on all projects, we're offering 15% off. Call the number shown below or visit our website for your new floor today. Day floor.
At a company, the culture comes from the top. Tim Michaels' company has been sued numerous times over sexual assault and harassment in the workplace. Women who worked for Michaels' company said they were groped, assaulted, and pressured to have sex with their bosses. Higher-ups at Michaels dismissed the women as liars and even fired those who spoke out. Is that what we need for Wisconsin? Tim Michaels, too radical, too divisive.
Enjoy the serenity of northern Wisconsin all year long. First stop, Shquagaman Adventure Company. Skis, skates, snowshoes, and fat bikes. Kayaks, canoes, and paddleboards. Shquagaman Adventure Company. Stop by the store or visit us online.
New Salon Pass Lidocaine Flex, a super thin, flexible patch with maximum OTC strength lidocaine that contours to the body to relieve pain right where it hurts. And did we mention it really, really sticks? Salon Pass, it's good medicine.
Look, we knew the other side would make up lies about me to scare you. Now they're claiming I want to defund the police and abolish ICE. That's a lie. I'll make sure our police have the resources and training they need to keep our community safe. And that our communities have the resources to stop crime before it happens. I'll bring back manufacturing. And I'll pass a middle-class tax cut. And if that's too scary for Washington, then so be it. I'm Mandela Barnes, and I approve this message.
This portion of News Watch 12 is brought to you by Kitchen Bath Mart.
Welcome back here to Up North at 4. As you can probably tell, this is a very different type of working environment. We're very open. We're very, what's the word? We have a lot of feuds, right? Which is fair. Well, when it comes to fantasy football, we do.
Yes, that's been a tipping point for most of us.
It has been, especially the past couple of weeks since football season has started. And so, you know, just to kind of, I think, conceptualize what it's like to work at Channel 12, we had to go and look at computer drawings. AI drawings, artificial intelligence, because people out there are a lot smarter than me. They can make computers draw images. You just give them a prompt, and they will draw it for you. The computer does, that is. So I have this one up here. This is like your fantasy football field. This is what the computer believes a fantasy football feud looks like. Does that look pretty accurate to you, Jeff?
Yeah.
We're just like all kind of grappling and getting mad at each other.
Yep.
Yeah. And I kind of like this other one that we have here because it kind of does look like me, actually, if you like give it a second. That kind of looks like me on the left, a tiny little bit. And I also wanted to kind of, we mentioned your childhood dream of driving a school bus, so I asked the computer, hey, what would a meteorologist look like driving a school bus?
Hanging out
and apparently it looks like this. I kind of like that it looks like you have a Sherlock Holmes hat on. You own one of those?
No, I don't have one.
That one, this one kind of looks like you. Kind of, right?
I don't know what's happening here.
Doesn't that? It's what the computer believes you would look like if you were driving a school bus.
Okay, where are your pictures? I want to see yours.
All right. We got another one here because we also have another issue in this office. It seems like every time somebody wants coffee, there is no coffee. It's either run out or it's gone cold. So I had the computer draw what that looks like. This is a reporter getting mad at a coffee maker, and I feel like this is actually pretty accurate. People walk up and they yell because they realize, hey, the coffee's not hot anymore.
And a lot of noise comes out, and then new coffee gets brewed, so yes.
Usually, yes. But it's just annoying because every single time you have to, like...
Gotta wait.
You gotta wait. It's not fun. It's not fun. So then, I got another idea here, too. Obviously, we were mentioning football before. Football season's upon us. We know that Aaron Rodgers is a big ayahuasca guy. He tried to defend himself from the Pat McAfee show earlier today. This is what the computer believes Aaron Rodgers looked like on his ayahuasca retreat. I think it looks pretty good.
That does.
It looks like a fun time.
Yeah, that's the best one so far.
I agree. So then I think if we could skip ahead to a little bit, I also asked the computer to say, hey, I need you to draw Up North at 4 for me, right? At this show, it's about two men sitting on a couch, typically with a dog, Theo. So this is what the computer believes Up North at 4 looks like. I see the resemblance. Looks just like us.
Yeah, Theo's around here somewhere. I don't know where he's at.
I don't know. He's probably hanging out, probably watching this somewhere else.
That's the couch, bitch.
That's the couch with the dog on it. Yeah. So I think, the people who develop these software programs,
rarely
they
wear
know
the
what they're
same color,
doing.
though. That's different.
That is a little weird. We're going with the maroon thing today. But in the meantime, Jeff, we got to chat about some colder weather.
It's coming. Hours away.
It is hours away, but we'll talk more about that after the break. Stick with us on Up North at 4.
Are you ready for something new? At Cost Cutters, we'll give you a look that will have you listening to lots of compliments. Buy products you love this month at Cost Cutters during our buy one, get one half off sale on all Leader professional products.
I received a call that my granddaughter had been hit. She suffered a serious brain injury and nearly died. The driver who hit Samantha should have been in jail. Mandela Barnes supports no cash bail that puts criminals like Daryl Brooks back on the streets. He's more worried about criminals than victims. Mandela Barnes doesn't have the judgment to keep our communities safe.
Senate Leadership Fund is responsible for the content of this advertising.
I had to pull out every trick I had. Please choose me as your coach.
You're thirsty, we get it.
These people make this hospital everything that it is.
We're talking about New Amsterdam. There's no place in the world like it.
New Amsterdam, the final season, tonight on NBC.
Northland Basement Systems is the all things basement-y company. Basement waterproofing, basement finishing, basement structural repair, humidity and mold control, and nasty crawl spaces too. When it comes to basement solutions, nobody does it better than we do. Since 1991, homeowners just like you in the Northland have trusted Northland Basement Systems for all things basement-y in their homes. Call Northland Basement Systems today to schedule a free home evaluation.
Under Governor Evers, hard-working Wisconsin families are being left behind. We're paying more for food, gas, everything. And Tony Evers tried to make us pay even more, a 20% gas tax increase, doubling the tax on home heating bills. And while Evers puts the squeeze on us, he wanted to give taxpayer-funded benefits to people who refuse to work. He even opposes drug testing welfare recipients. Tony Evers is leaving hard-working Wisconsin families behind.
Love your career. Cost Cutters will support you in achieving your career goals. With competitive wages, great benefits, and up to a $2,250 sign-on bonus. Stop in or visit costcutters.com to find your nearest location.
Welcome back to what has been a very unique episode of Up North at 4. But Jeff, it's one of my favorite times of year. Fall is here, and it sounds like the colder weather.
Well, fall's here on Thursday officially, but if you like the warmer temperatures, walk outside now and take a snapshot because they're about to go away in a big way. Cold front comes through tonight, likely with some severe weather. 9-10 o'clock tonight. It's going to be that kind of that hour or two that looks a little hairy. And then tomorrow, north wind kicks in, with cooler, drier air filters in, and it stays with us. In fact, Thursday likely to hold high temperatures in the 50s all day long.
I love that. That makes me so happy. That's the best news I've heard all day. Thank you, Jeff. Thanks for watching. We'll see you tomorrow on Up North at 4.
If you give this man a ride.
Beautiful home near Minocqua features 3-bedroom attached garage, blacktop drive, all nestled on 8 acres. Being sold regardless of price. Contact Brass at St. Louis Auctions for more details.
Journey to North Star Mohegan Casino Resort, where winning, excitement, and entertainment unite. This September, we're giving away over $330,000 in cash and prizes, including your chance to take care of business when you win this new Bobcat Mini Track Loader. Receive 1 entry for every 25 points earned daily in September. Earn 2 times entries on Saturdays. And don't miss the grand prize drawing on Friday, September 30th. Come to where the stars align at North Star Mohegan Casino Resort.